learned that if you want beautiful things in your garden down the road, you really need to do a little bit of pre-planning ahead of time. So my husband and I are in the process of opening a showroom, and in part of that space, I'm going to be hosting garden and floral design-led workshops. And I really want that space to feel alive and inviting, and have a lot of great nature around us. And I also want to be able to use some of my own plants in those workshops. And so I'm thinking about what that space is going to look like, both inside and out, and how I'm going to be able to supply those workshops. So I've got a couple things going on today. The first thing that I'm going to walk you through is how I'm going to be forcing my tulip bulbs. Then I'm also going to talk to you about the peony bare roots that I'm planting, as well as the oriental poppy that I'm going to be planting as well for use in some floral designs later on. So the one thing that I've learned in all my experience is that if you want a beautiful garden later on, you really need to do a little bit of pre-planning work ahead of time in order to make things work. And that's what I'm going to be doing today. So my husband and I are in the process of opening a showroom. And in part of that space, I plan on hosting garden and floral design-led workshops. In those workshops, I really want that space to feel alive and welcoming and full of nature and color around you. And so I really want to be creating some of that through some of my own things that I'm going to be bringing into that space and actually growing them on my own. The other thing that I'm thinking of, obviously, is what the outside of that space is going to look like, because I want that same feel to be resonated on the outside as it is on the in. So I'm going to walk you through a couple things. I'm going to be forcing some tulip bulbs, and I'm going to walk you through that because some of the things are a little bit different in terms of how you would force a tulip bulb this time of year versus how you would plant them into the ground in the fall. And then I'm also going to talk to you a little bit about the peony bare roots that I'm going to be planting, as well as the oriental poppies that I'm going to be planting as bare roots as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So last year I ordered 150 of these Purple Prince tulips from Color Blends, and lo and behold, I never got a chance to plant them. But instead of tossing them, I ended up sticking them in my fridge, and they need a cold period for about 10 to 12 weeks for them to bloom properly. If they don't get that cold period, they're really not reliable bloomers. Sometimes they may not bloom at all. Sometimes their stems may be too short and look a little bit wonky. So that's why I put them in my refrigerator. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be planting them in this container, because what I really want them to do is flank the stairway down on the outside of this. So I'm going to go ahead and fill my container with a really good draining mix, draining potting mix, which today I'm going to be using Coast of Maine. I'm going to fill the entire container. I'm not going to be filling the bottom half with any type of litter or anything like that. I fill the entire container with soil itself. It really just helps keep the roots healthy. Now these right now, I'm not going to be focusing on anything other than just root development. So I'm going to plant them shoulder to shoulder, so really tight into these large terracotta planters that I have. And I'm only going to be planting them about 1 inch deep, versus where outside, if you were planting them in the ground, they would typically be about 6 inches deep. I'll go through that in a little bit later as I'm planting it to explain the whys behind it. I'm planting them shoulder to shoulder because I really want that really dense look rather than just having a couple, sparsely in the container. Now again, the focus is going to be root development. So I'm going to stick them into my garage. The reason why I'm sticking them into my garage and not my basement is because you really don't want temperatures over 50 degrees at this point, because the roots are just not going to develop properly. And then the stalks are going to start developing and forcing themselves. And then it won't lead to a very healthy flower and a very healthy plant. So I'm going to stick them into my garage, which is going to consistently be 50 degrees or below, because we are freezing here in New Jersey. And it's going to be nice and dark. And I'm going to stick it in there for about 2 to 3 weeks before I bring it out of the garage and start putting it outside in the light. Now, the other thing that could be a problem around these tulip bulbs, and I think everyone has faced this, are the squirrels. So until these start sprouting a little bit, all I'm going to do is put some chicken wire, the really dense chicken wire with the smaller cubes around it. I'm going to put the chicken wire over the top of this. They also have a little cloche that you can put over the top, and I'm going to let it sit like that. And then once I start seeing a lot more growth, I'm going to be spraying them, and you have to make sure to spray them at least once a week with Repelzol. That seemed to have worked for me really, really well last year, so I'm hoping since it worked last year, it's going to work for me again this year. So let's go ahead, get the pot filled with some soil, and go ahead and get these planted. As I mentioned earlier, I'm not planting these tulips very deep, only about an inch below the soil surface. When tulips are planted in the ground, they're usually buried about 6 to 8 inches deep, and that depth helps to insulate the bulbs from winter temperature swings and protect them from things in the landscape like squirrels and other rodents. In a pot, the container is exposed to temperature changes and holds much less insulation. Because of that, bulbs buried in containers don't need to be buried nearly as deeply as they would be in the ground. Planting them just about an inch below the soil surface gives the bulbs enough stability while still allowing the shoots to emerge easily and grow naturally. And because these are in a container, we can also plant them much closer together to create that full, lush display when they bloom. I'm also doing a quick bulb check because the quality of the bulb is directly correlated to the quality of your bloom. First, I'm looking for bulbs that feel firm and heavy in my hand. A good bulb should always have some weight to it, and that usually means that it's stored full of energy. Next, I avoid anything that feels soft, squishy, or hollow because that's a sign of rot or that the bulb has dried out too much. I also look at the outside. The papery skin is totally normal, but I'm skipping any bulbs that have mold, dark or mushy spots, or deep damage. And if I have bulbs in different sizes, I always choose the largest, healthiest bulbs for forcing, because the bigger bulbs typically give you stronger stems and bigger flowers. Now for the peonies, I have two different varieties. I have a variety called Hawaiian Coral that I picked up from Home Depot. And I have a second variety called Peony Canary Brilliant. This one I picked up at the Philadelphia Flower Show yesterday. And I will tell you that the price difference between the two of these is fairly large. So the ones I picked up at Home Depot were just shy of $6. It's one bare root. And then the one that I picked up at the Philadelphia Flower Show cost me $45. But when I show you the size difference of the bare root, you're going to understand why. So this is the one that I picked up from Home Depot. You can already start to see a little eye start emerging right there. But this might take me a year to flower, or it might give me a flower this year, but nothing out of the ordinary. However, if I were to open the one from the local grower here, this root is significantly more established, and you can already start to see several eyes form. So there's obviously the two big ones, and then I see 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 or 7 shoots already starting to come off of this. So this one I can anticipate is going to give me some nice, beautiful flowers already this spring. So the price difference kind of justifies the product that you're getting. That said, there's nothing wrong with a $6 bare root. You just need to be a little bit more patient and set your expectations appropriately. Now the Canary Brilliant Peonies are a type of Itoh peony. Itoh peonies are a hybrid between herbaceous peonies and tree peonies. What makes them special is that they combine the best qualities of both plants. They have the large stunning flowers that you see on tree peonies, but the plant itself behaves like an herbaceous peony, meaning it dies back to the ground in the winter and regrows each spring. They're also known for having stronger stems and a longer bloom period. And one of the most wonderful things about peonies is that once they're planted and happy, they can live in the same spot for decades. And in many gardens, peonies will bloom reliably for generations. So planting them is really an investment into the future of your garden. And then lastly, I have these poppies. Now poppies you can also grow from seed, but I never tried growing them from bare root. So for under $6, for $5.98, I got 3 roots of these Oriental mix, and I got 2 bags of them. So for a total of, I'm gonna round it to $12, I got 6 bare roots. So I'm gonna give these a shot. I'm not sure if it's better to use seeds or if it's better to use bare root, but we're gonna go ahead and give it a shot. Now these I'm growing more for their seed heads. They tend to have, they look beautiful in floral arrangements, but they don't have a very long shelf life. So I really am going to use them more for the seed heads because they add a lot of interest and texture into your floral arrangements. Now both the peonies and the poppies actually need to go outside. They won't be staying in the garage. Both of these plants require cold exposure in order to grow and develop properly, especially the peonies, which rely on a period of winter chilling to trigger healthy growth and flowering in the spring. Without the cold dormancy, the plants often struggle to bloom. And poppies are very similar. They naturally adapt to cool season conditions and actually prefer colder temperatures while they're establishing their root systems. So rather than keeping them in a protected indoor space, the best thing I can do is let them experience the natural winter conditions outside. The cold exposure helps signal to the plants that the spring is coming and prepares them for strong, healthy growth when temperatures begin to warm up. All right, so the tulips are gonna go straight into my garage and continue to work on their root system. The peonies and the poppies are gonna go straight outside and just let nature do its thing. I'll make sure to keep you guys updated as the growth continues, and I also will make sure to take you guys along with me in case you guys are interested in how I design that showroom that we were talking about. Because remember, design and growth happens layer by layer. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe, turn on that notification button. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you guys are still in the planting mood, make sure to check out this video where I force bulbs indoors. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.